Good morning, I'm Robbie. I'm working here in Dallas office. I would like to show you today how to use Excel pivot table to summarize some data. The data is exported from Revit. It's an area schedule. Area schedule when exported from Revit comes in a tab delimited text file and it looks like this. Um, the department name and area kind of defined in a text format. This information can be processed in Revit, but bringing into Excel will give you an extra opportunity to format that data in different forms. Let me show you how that works. For this purpose, I have a template created which can do some math and convert text object into numbers. And it's this template file, fit in inches, version 02, which I will share in the web. I'll start my file using this template. Clicking on this will utilize that template to set up my new file in Excel. In Excel, I will go to Data tab and import data from text and CSV format. Select the file and import. The new import data function in Excel is a little better looking in that it allows you a little bit more extra editing that is required for data to be structured. Couple of things I would like to change is change the column name to department, column 2 to name, column 3 to area, remove some of these empty rows, and delete the information that is not structured. To do that, I'm going to go to Edit tab. Once I'm editing the data, I have few of the opportunities here, such as under Remove Rows, I can remove all the blank rows. I can remove the top rows and select number 1 because I want to get rid of that. And I would like this information to be the header. So this command right here, use first row as header, does that. Once you're done, go ahead and close and load. Excel will import the data in a well-structured table format. Once the table format is there, this is your raw data. And we would like to convert this data into a pivot table for summary. That's what we'll do next. Under Insert menu, go to Select Pivot Table. Pivot Table will pre-select, the command will pre-select your data, and it's a table that we previously brought in, and it will be created in a new worksheet. Do OK. And this is how it will look. Once you have the pivot table, this picture kind of shows up, and your pivot table fields appear. What you'll need to do is select these fields that you would want for the pivot table to work as a data source. This is formatted in a tree outline, which we do not prefer. We prefer to change this to a more tabular form. To do that, select the field in the cell, right click on it, go to Field Settings, go to Layout and Print, and select Show Item Labels in Tabular Form. Do OK. Back here under Name, I would want to do the same thing. Field Settings, Layout and Print, Tabular Form. Do OK. The area might be OK the way it is. But as you can see, the area is not automatically sum totaled like this would want that area to be sum totaled. Because Excel sees this information as a text object, which Revit exported as a text, we need to convert this data into something that Excel reads as a number. To do that, we need to remove the SF from this column. So I'm going to go back to my sheet 2, which is my raw data. So I'm going to go rename this as well. Raw data should not be altered or edited other than minor adjustments. When it's a table information, anything you add into this adjacent column will automatically be a part of the table. That is a nice feature in Excel. In this template that I've set up, there is a command called strip SF, and I can select this area that I would like to strip the SF from, hit enter, and that gives me an opportunity to now read that information as number. This column, I would like to call this area calc because I would like to identify that in my pivot table. Going back to my pivot table, so I will rename this, call it summary. The newly added column is not visible here. The reason because the data has not been refreshed. So selecting any field and hitting refresh will update that data source. So here's my area calc. I would like to add that in my field and remove this area there. And as you can see, it will automatically give you the sum total of the area for these different names under different department. Once you have this data, then you can go ahead and format as a table. And I would like to pick this option here. That gives you a cleaner look. Also, I would like to introduce a space in between, which is under field information. And go to layout and print, insert blank row after each item label. So when I do that, then that kind of separates nicely. Also, I do not want these little tick marks for expanding and collapsing. That's a pivot table option. I can go here and under display, show expand collapse button. A couple of tips. As you can see, this cell reads row labels. So I'm going to go change this to department. One thing I've noticed is whenever you select this object and drop down the filter, it becomes a filter option for that particular field. What I mean by that is when I go select name this time, then drop this down, it becomes the filter for the name. That can be very handy when you want to isolate some of the data. Now this data can be shared with project managers or whoever need it. It can be printed in a PDF form or used for further processing as needed. That's for today. Thank you very much.